The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I've heard those words my whole life, quoted in churches, printed on walls, whispered in hospital rooms, read at funerals. But today, I have questions. The Lord is my shepherd. Then why have there been seasons when I felt lost? Why have there been nights when I didn't know which way to go? Why have there been prayers that seemed to rise to heaven and never come back with an answer? I shall not want. Then why do I still wait? Why do I still hope for things that haven't arrived? Why are there dreams I've carried for years that still feel out of reach? Why does lack still visit my doorstep? He makes me lie down in green pastures. Green pastures? Where? Because some of us have walked through dry seasons. Some of us have watched opportunities disappear. Some of us have buried people we loved. Some of us have smiled in public while breaking in private. Where are these green pastures? He leads me beside still waters, still waters. My mind hasn't been still in years. Responsibilities, deadlines, bills, heartbreak, disappointment. The waters of my life don't feel still. They feel like a storm. He restores my soul. And I ask, what does restoration look like? Because some wounds heal slowly. Some scars never fully disappear. Some battles leave marks, and some days I still carry yesterday's pain. Then I reach the verse that changed everything. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, wait, walk through, not around it, not over it, not away from it, through it. David never promised there wouldn't be a valley. He never said faith would remove every struggle. He never said believers are exempt from heartbreak. He said there would be valleys, dark valleys, lonely valleys, confusing valleys. Valleys where questions are louder than answers. Valleys where hope feels fragile. Valleys where all you can do is take one more step, and then another, and then another. I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Maybe that's the point. The promise was never that I would avoid the valley. The promise was that I wouldn't walk it alone. Maybe God's presence is not proven by the absence of trouble. Maybe His presence is proven by the strength to keep moving through it. Then David says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." And again I ask, why in their presence? Why not remove them first? Why not eliminate the battle? Why not silence every voice against me? And perhaps the answer is this: because peace that depends on perfect circumstances is not peace at all. The table is set while the battle is still happening. The meal is served while the pressure still exists. The blessing arrives without waiting for every problem to disappear. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. My cup overflows. Sometimes it feels empty. Sometimes it feels cracked. Sometimes it feels like everyone else's cup is overflowing while mine is still waiting. But maybe overflowing isn't always about possessions. Maybe it's about survival. Maybe it's waking up after the hardest season of your life and discovering you're still standing. Maybe it's finding finding strength you didn't know you had. Maybe it's receiving peace that doesn't make sense. Maybe it's realizing that despite everything you've endured, you are still here. And maybe that is overflow. So today, I read Psalm 23 differently. Not as a promise of a perfect life, not as a guarantee of easy days, not as an escape from valleys, but as a reminder that valleys are not destinations. They are passages. You walk through them, not forever, not endlessly through them. And if the shepherd is still with me in the valley, then maybe the valley does not get the final word. Maybe fear does not get the final word. Maybe disappointment does not get the final word. Maybe the unanswered questions do not get the final words. Because the shepherd is still leading, still restoring, still guiding, still present. And if he is still present, then my story is not over yet.